సో మిడ్ ఎప్పటి నుంచి? ఓకే, యాజ్ పర్ షెడ్యూల్. So after completion of third year, you have the mid exams. Actually, we are planning to. So this quiz is also offline. Online ఉండదు ఇక్కడ. ఆన్లైన్ ఎగ్జామ్ కూడా ఆఫ్లైన్లోనే, అంటే బిట్ పేపర్ మేము ఇస్తామమ్మా. బిట్ పేపర్ మేము ఇస్తే మేము ఇచ్చిన బిట్ పేపర్ ప్రకారం రాయాలి. ఇది వరకు ఏంటంటే ఆన్లైన్ మిడ్ కదా, క్విజ్ కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఆన్లైన్ కాకుండా ఆఫ్లైన్ ఉంటుంది. క్విజ్ పేపర్ మనమే ఇస్తాము. మనమే ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత మనం ఇచ్చిన క్విజ్ ప్రకారం మీరు రాసుకోవాలి. అయితే ఉంటాయి ఇవి కూడా. సో రోజు ప్రిపరేషన్ మా కాలేజీకి రావట్లా, మీరు క్లాస్ ఖాళీగా ఉంటుంటారు. ఖాళీ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత అంతా ఖాళీనే కదా, ఇంకా ప్రిపరేషన్ ఏముంది? ఇంట్లో ఉంటున్నారు కదా, మొత్తం ప్రిపరేషనే. కాలేజీకి వస్తుంటే ప్రిపరేషన్ హాలిడేస్ ఉంటుంది, ఇంట్లో ఉంటున్నారు కాబట్టి ప్రిపరేషన్ లేదు ఇంకా. అది రోజు హాలిడేసేగా. ఇప్పుడు 3 క్లాసులు జరుగుతున్నాయి, లేక 4 జరుగుతున్నాయి. అయిపోయిన తర్వాత అంతా ఖాళీనేగా. క్లాసులు సిలబస్ కొంచెం కంప్లీట్ చేయాలమ్మా. రీజన్ ఎందుకని అంటే, ఇప్పుడు చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూడండి. ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ వాళ్ళకు ఉందనుకోండి యాక్చువల్గా. సో ఈ టైంకి ఇప్పుడు యాక్చువల్గా వాళ్ళకి ఏంటంటే, రేపు సోమవారం నుంచి మిడ్, ఆ వారం అయిపోయిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ ల్యాబ్, ఆ తర్వాత 3-2 ఎగ్జామ్స్, ఆ తర్వాత కాలేజ్ జరిగేది, ఆ తర్వాత క్లాసులు జరిగేది 2 వీక్సే వాళ్ళకు. అంటే 4 వీక్స్ క్లాస్ వరకు పోతుంది. పోయిన దానికి రికవర్ ఏముండదు, కాంపన్సేటరీగా ఇంకా 4 వారాలు పోస్ట్పోన్ చేయటాలని ఏముండవు. అందువల్ల ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇప్పుడు సెలవులు ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, సిలబస్ అవ్వదు. సిలబస్ కంప్లీట్ అంటే మేము వీలైనంత వరకు ఈ నెలాఖరికల్లా సిలబస్ కంప్లీట్ చేయడానికి ప్లాన్ చేస్తాం. రీజన్ ఎందుకని అంటే, వాళ్ళకి స్టార్టింగ్ వాళ్ళ ల్యాబ్స్ అప్పుడు మీ మిడ్ ఉంటుంది వాళ్ళకంటే. నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ నుంచి వాళ్ళకి వాళ్ళ మిడ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మీకు మిడ్ ఉండొచ్చు. అందువల్ల ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది మనకు. అందుకని ప్రిపరేషన్ హాలిడేస్ ఇవ్వలేము. వీలైనంత వరకు సిలబస్ కంప్లీట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాం. నేను కూడా ఈ అందరం కదా దాదాపు మ్యాక్సిమం ఈ నెలాఖరికి కంప్లీట్ చేయడానికి ప్లాన్ చేస్తాను. ఎందుకంటే కంప్లీట్ చేస్తే ఇన్ టైంకి అవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే మళ్ళీ నవంబర్ 3rd వీక్ నుంచి మెయిన్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఈలోపు అన్నీ చూసుకోవాలి, కంప్లీట్ చేసుకోవాలి. అది ప్రాబ్లం. అందువల్ల ప్రిపరేషన్ అయితే ఏం లేవు. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ చూడండి అమ్మా, మీరు మిడ్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపరు ఇస్తామమ్మా. క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఇవన్నీ తప్పదులే, చెప్తాము. అంటే మనకు టైం టేబుల్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత పక్కాగా చెప్తాను. మిడ్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఏంటి కొంచెం బెటర్గా ఫేవర్ చేస్తాంలే, ఇబ్బంది లేదు. 1, 2, 3, 4 యూనిట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వటానికి కదా. అవుతారు. అంటే మేము ఒకసారి మిడ్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఒకసారి మళ్ళా రివిజన్ చేస్తామమ్మా. మీకు ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. చూడండి, టైం టేబుల్ మనకి ఎట్లయినా వారం ముందే పెడతారు కాబట్టి, ఏ వారం ముందు పెడతారో ఆ వారం మీకు ఏం చేస్తామంటే 2 రివిజన్ చేస్తాను మొత్తం. మీరు ఆ టెన్షన్ పడనవసరం లేదు. 4-5 యూనిట్స్ మళ్ళీ రివిజన్ చేస్తాం మేము. మీకు అందరికీ 4-5 యూనిట్స్ రివిజన్ చేస్తాము. అంటే ఆ టైం టేబుల్ రాగానే రివిజన్ చేస్తాం. ఎందుకంటే టైం టేబుల్ ఉంటే మీకు కూడా కొంచెం స్పిరిట్ వస్తుంది. ముందు ఎగ్జామ్ ఫియర్ వస్తుంది, ఎగ్జామ్ ఫియర్లో చదువుతారు. టైం టేబుల్ లేకపోతే ఎప్పట్లాగానే ఉంటుంది. అందుకని మిడ్ టైం టేబుల్ రాగానే ఒక వారం ముందు ఇచ్చేస్తారు మిడ్ టైం టేబుల్. ఆ మిడ్ టైం టేబుల్ ఇవ్వగానే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఈ రెగ్యులర్ క్లాస్ వర్క్ కాపీ, సో సెకండ్ ఇయర్ క్లాస్ 2 సబ్జెక్ట్స్ చెప్తాం అందరము. అందువల్ల మీకు ఆ ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు. సో ఆ టైం తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఇది చెప్తాం. సో క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ కూడా చెప్తాం, లేదు ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్పి ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వమని చెప్తాము. వీలైనంత వరకు మాకు చేతైనంత వరకు ఫేవర్ చేస్తాం మీకు. మనం నార్మలైజేషన్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్తున్నామమ్మా. వాట్ ఈజ్ నార్మలైజేషన్? నార్మలైజేషన్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఎలా? నార్మలైజేషన్ ఈజ్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ డీకంపోజింగ్ ఏ రిలేషన్ ఇంటూ స్మాలర్ అండ్ వెల్ స్ట్రక్చర్డ్ రిలేషన్. I want to decompose. Redundancy is the root cause. Then redundancy is the root cause for any anomalies in the database system. So main asal denikayina problem enti ante redundancy ante enti duplication of data. Redundancy is the root cause for any anomalies in the database system. Database system lo ye anomaly kaina gaani root cause vachesi redundancy. Normalization is used to reduce the redundancy. See problem povali ante manam em chestamu, normalization and a concept of ISM. Normalization is the process of decomposing a relation into smaller and well-structured relation. So what is meant by normalization? Normalization is nothing but decomposing a relation. What is the need to decompose? Yes, to reduce the redundancy. The need for decomposing a relation is to reduce the redundancy. When we reduce the redundancy, we can avoid the anomalies. Anomaly means errors. So when we reduce the redundancy, we can avoid the anomalies. There are different normal forms we have. So the rules that are used, so to decompose a relation, those rules we called as normal forms. The rules that are used to decompose a relation, those rules we called as normal forms. There are different normal forms: first normal form, second normal form, third, BCNF, 4NF, 5NF. So among that, we are already discussed 1 and 2, first and second normal forms. What is first normal form? A relation is said to be first normal form if and only if all the attributes must be atomic and no multi-valued attributes. So what is the first normal form? A relation is said to be first normal form if and only if all the attributes must be atomic. So all the attributes must be atomic and there is no multi-valued attributes. There is no multi-valued attributes. What is atomic? An attribute which cannot be further divided, that we call as atomic. What is multi-valued attributes? For each entity instance, an attribute will contain multiple values, we call as multi-valued attribute. For each entity instance, an attribute will contain multiple values, we call as multi-valued attribute. So this is a first normal form. Actually, this is suppose this is a relation. This relation as mobile number is a multi-valued attribute. For example, for each entity instance, that means for each row, there is more than one multiple mobile number. So this problem can be avoided by using like this. Then we go for second normal form. What is second normal form? A relation is said to be second normal form if and only if it is in first normal form and every non-key attribute is fully functional dependent on primary key. So what is second normal form? A relation is said to be second normal form if and only if there is every non-key, if it is in first normal form, that means no multi-valued attributes, and every non-key attribute is functional dependent on primary key. In a relation, there are two types of keys: non-key attribute and non-key attribute. Key attribute means unique attributes that we call as key attributes. Non-key attributes means which has not unique property attributes. So what is primary key? Primary key is an attribute in a relation whose values must be unique and cannot be null. So must be unique and cannot be null, that we call as a primary key. What is functional is fully functional dependent, functional dependency. So an attribute Y is functional dependent on X. For each value of X, there is a unique value of Y. So that we call as functional dependency. For example, if you take this relation, employee ID, name, mobile number, rating as, this is a suppose. Employee ID, name, mobile number, rating and hours age. For the above relation, the key attribute is employee ID. Employee ID is the key attribute. And non-key attributes are name, mobile number, rating and hours age. These are the functional dependencies. Actually, hours age depends on rating. Actually, all non-key attributes must depends on employee ID, but here our age is functional dependent on rating. This is the problem. So if it is a second normal form, so there must be every non-key attribute must be functional dependent on primary key. So that's right. Then we go for a third normal form. This relation is not in second normal form. That's why we divided the relation into two relations. So this is the first relation and this is the second relation. So then we are avoided the non-key attribute, functional dependencies. Now we go for third normal form. third normal 3NF. A relation is said to be 3NF if and only if it is in second normal form. A relation is said to be third normal form if and only if it is in second normal form and every non-key and there is no no trans to dependency. A relation is said to be 3NF. So a relation is said to be 3NF if and only if it is in second normal form. So compulsory it is in second normal form and there is no trans to dependency. So what is trans to dependency? What is trans to dependency? What is meant by trans to dependency? A non-key attribute which depends on some other non-key attribute is called as trans to dependent. A non-key attribute. What is trans to dependency? A non-key attribute which depends on some other non-key attribute is called as trans to dependency. A relation is said to be 3NF. So if it is said to be 3NF, if and only if it is in second normal form. So after second normal form, there is no trans to dependency. So what is trans to dependency? So trans to dependency means a non-key attribute which depends on some other a non-key attribute which functional dependent on some other non-key attribute. A non-key attribute which is functional dependent on a non-key attribute which is functional dependent on some other non-key attribute is called as trans to dependency. A relation is said to be third normal form. It must be of this is. Suppose if I take this relation, if we take this relation, so this relation is a, if I take this relation is a third normal form because every non-key attribute depends on primary key and there is no trans to dependency. The functional dependencies are so what are the functional dependencies? These are the functional dependencies. So we have the functional dependencies. Name is dependent on employee ID. Mobile number is also dependent on employee ID. Rating is also dependent on employee ID. So there is no trans to dependency. That's why this relation is in the third normal form. The above relation is in third normal form because there is no trans to dependency. So the above relation is in third normal form because there is no trans to dependency. This is about 3NF. What is 3NF? A relation is said to be third normal form if and only if it is in second normal form and there is no trans to dependency. So it must be in second normal form and there is no trans to dependency. This is a second normal form relation actually. So this relation is in second normal form, and if there is a trans to dependency, it is not in 3NF. So what is trans to dependency? A non-key attribute which is functional dependent on some other non-key attribute is called as a trans to dependency. So that's we called as a trans to dependency here. So this is the trans to dependency, this is the relation. So these are the key attributes. Employee ID is the key attribute, name, mobile number and rating is the non-key attribute. Non-key attribute is depends on a primary key and there is no dependent on one non-key attribute is depends on some other non-key attributes. That's why, so this is a third normal form. This is about third normal form. This is about third normal form. So then we go for BCNF. BCNF, Boy's Code Normal Form. BCNF, Boy's Code Normal Form. What is BCNF? What is BCNF normal form? A relation is said to be BCNF if and only if a relation is said to be BCNF if and only if it is in 3NF. 3NF to be BCNF if and only if it is in 3NF. A relation is said to be BCNF if and only if it is in 3NF and every determinant is a candidate. So what is BCNF? A relation is said to be BCNF if and only if it is in 3NF. So compulsory it is in 3NF and every determinant is a candidate key. So every determinant is a candidate key. If it every, that's we called as determinant. So what is a determinant? What is a candidate key? Or first of all, go for determinant. What is determinant? An attribute which appears left side of the functional dependency, those attribute is called as determinant. So an attribute which appears left side of the functional dependency. For example, here arrow is, this is the functional dependency. In this functional dependency, an attribute which appears left side of the functional dependency, we called as a determinant. So if you take this, this is the functional dependency. In this functional dependency, so this is the attribute. So left side of the functional dependency. An attribute left side of the functional dependency is called as a determinant. Here employee ID, which appears on left side of the functional dependency. This employee ID I called as a determinant. In this functional dependency, if we take this, in this functional dependency, if we take in this functional dependency, rating is a determinant. This is the functional dependency. In functional dependency, an attribute left side of the functional dependency is rating. So rating is called as determinant. So what is determinant? So what is meant by determinant? An attribute which appears left side of the functional dependency, that attribute is called as determinant. An attribute appears left side of the functional dependency, such attribute is called as determinant. An attribute which appears left side of the functional dependency, such attribute is called as determinant. For example, R is a relation X and Y are the attributes on the relation, attributes of the relation, attributes of the relation. An attribute Y, an attribute Y is functional dependent on X if and only if every value of X there is a unique value of Y. So the functional dependency is represented by the functional dependency is represented by X is functional dependent on Y. Here an attribute X is called as determinant. So what is determinant? An attribute left side of the functional dependency is called as determinant. So if you take a functional dependency, so an attribute left side of the functional dependency is called as a determinant. So here if you take R, here R is a relation. For example, R is a relation. X and Y are the attributes of the relation R. An attribute Y is functional dependent on X if and only if for every value of X there is a unique value of Y. This is called as functional dependency. It is represented by like this. So here X is called as determinant. This we call as determinant. What is candidate key? Candidate key is a key is an attribute in a relation which has unique candidate key is an attribute in a relation which has unique. So an attribute which has a unique property, such a key called as a determinant. So this is called as BCNF. A relation is said to be BCNF if and only if it is in third normal form. Compulsory it is third normal form. Every determinant is a candidate key. What is determinant? So what is meant by determinant? So what is determinant? An attribute left side of the functional dependency is called as determinant. So here x is the determinant. The value of x must be unique. If the value of the x must be unique, that we call as a determinant. If I take one example, if I take an example, student ID, subject, teacher, GP. Suppose this is a one relation. For example, if I take an attribute, so a student can join 2 or more courses, but a subject can be taught by more than one teacher. However, a teacher can teach only one subject. So here, so student can join many number of subjects. Course, subject means course. Student to course to teacher. So sometimes we call it as course, not subject. Subject instead of subject, I will write course. Student, course, teacher, textbook. Student, course. A student can join more than one course, no problem. A course have more than one teacher. However, a teacher can teach only one subject. For example, student 101, course C programming. The teacher is KVR. Suppose C GPA. So same student 102. So same student joined another course. The teacher is Dinesh. So CGPA is 9.2. Suppose 103. We have one more student, CP. That subject is taught by Ramu. So CGPA is 9.3. 104. So we have Java. So another teacher, fine. Suppose if you take this relation, So we have the student ID. A student can join more than one course. A course can be taught by many number of more than one teacher. However, a teacher can teach only one subject. This is the relation actually. We have the relation like this, suppose. So a student can join many courses, no problem. So a student can join 2 or 3 or 4 courses, no problem. A student can join more than one course. A student can join more than one course. A student can join more than one course, no problem. However, a course can be taught by many more teachers, more number of teachers are there. However, a teacher can teach only one subject. So CGPA. Then what are the functional dependencies? What is the functional dependency? So what is first of all you go for functional dependency. So is the student ID the unique? No, because a student can join more than one course. That's why only student ID is not sufficient for uniqueness. Only student ID is not sufficient. So how we can find the teacher? Who is the teacher for 101? We can't say. Can we say that who is the teacher for 101 student? Can you say? No, because 101 student has joined 2 courses and he has 2 teachers, KVR and Dinesh. So 102 student ID is sufficient for determinant. The student ID is sufficient for functional dependency? No, because student can join many courses. That's why only student ID is not sufficient. If you take the student ID and course, if you take student ID and course, so 101 CP, then we can tell the CV, KVR sir. 101 Java, then we can tell the Dinesh sir. 103 CP, so we can tell. So only course is not is a unique is not unique, and student is not unique. So here the functional dependencies are student ID and course. From student ID and course we can teacher. Student ID plus course. This is the functional dependency. So this is the functional dependencies. So student ID, so your course is not a candidate key. Course is a candidate key? No, because there is more than one course. So the above relation is in third normal form because so there is no transitive dependency. That's why so the above relation is in third normal form but not in BCNF because so we cannot identify the teachers. The above relation is in third normal form but not BCNF. But the above relation is third normal form but not BCNF because the determinant is not a candidate key. The above relation is decomposed as so we have the course ID, so student ID, teacher, and CGPA is 1. Student ID, teacher, and GPA. We have the student IDs like this. These are all the teachers. And these are all CGPAs. This is one. This is one. Student, here student ID and teacher is the primary key. So here student ID is a unique property key and the teacher is also unique property key. So because a teacher can teach only one subject, student ID from teacher, we can identify the subjects, no problem. So here and another relation is teacher and course. Teacher and course. So we have the teachers like this. So these are the courses. So from teacher we can identify the course, no problem. KVR sir, CP. Dinesh, Java, Ramu, CP. So from teacher we can accept what that means course is functional dependent on teacher. Similarly, if we tell the course student and a teacher, we can tell the subject also. So this relation is so BCNF. So this is not in BCNF because so determinant is not a candidate key because say a student can join multiple. There are multiple problems there. So that's why. So I change the concept. Student ID, teacher CGPA, and teacher and textbook. So this relation is in this relation. Teacher, textbook, teacher to course. So teacher to course. So course is functional dependent on teacher. That means when you tell the teacher name, we can tell the course name. So the course is functional dependent on teacher. This we called as functional dependency. So this relation, the above relation is in BCNF. So what is BCNF? So please, I will repeat once again. So what is BCNF? BCNF means Boyce Codd normal form. What is BCNF relation? A relation is said to be BCNF if and only if it is in third normal form. So if it is in third normal form and every determinant is a candidate key, it must be a third normal form and every determinant is a candidate key. So what is determinant? An attribute which appears left side of the functional dependency is called as determinant. What is candidate key? So candidate key is nothing but the unique property key. and have unique property keys we called as candidate key. If you take this relation, a student can join any number of courses. A course can be taught by more than one teacher. Then the functional dependencies are like this. So here the determinant is not the primary key. The combination of student ID and course is the primary key. From student ID and course we can, that means teacher is dependent on student ID and course. So similarly, course student GPA is also dependent on student ID and course. So these are the functional dependencies. However, the determinant is not a candidate key. Course is not a candidate key. So because that problem can be avoided by using there is a problem of this relation. This problem can be avoided by using BCNF. The above relation is divided into two relations. One is called as student ID, teacher and CGPA. Another is called as teacher and course. If you divide the relation into these two relations, then we can avoid that problem. So this is called as BCNF. The relation is said to be BCNF. This is so what is 3NF? It is in 2NF and 2NF, and every determinant is a it is what is third normal form? It is in second normal form, and there is no trans2 dependency. That's called as 3NF. What is BCNF? It is in 3NF, and every determinant is a, so it is BCNF. What is BCNF? A relation is said to be BCNF if and only if it is in 3NF and every determinant is a candidate key. So this is about BCNF relation, BCNF normal form. So this is about BCNF. So we go for tomorrow, we'll discuss 4 and 5. So when we discuss 4 and 5, it will be nearly completed the unit. Okay. Tomorrow I will teach 4th and 5th normal forms. Okay. Bye.